everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. I am stopping on today with another hand lettering technique for you. Now I have gotten on and shown a few hand lettering rocks this season, mostly by practicing and then placing it on. Now for some that's still tricky. It's definitely a fine art. That's why people practice, people pay for sheets, and people take lessons. If you're, however, still having problems getting the words to look to where you're happy placing them around, I've got another technique for you today. So I have a base coated rock here. I actually used my glitter pen a while back to do this one, and it's been sitting around just waiting for something, and today is its lucky day. So what I've got is I've got my practice sheets again. I'm going to start cutting this out while I chat with you. I've got my practice sheets. I'm going to do the word hope here with all these extra little swirls and dips, and it's just a tough word, and I don't know that I would be able to do this one very easily freehand. So I'm going to use carbon paper today to trace my design onto my rock. Now these sheets that I'm using, I've used them before. They're from Ruffles and Rain Boots Etsy shop. I will link to them. The holiday bundle that she's created is amazing. I mean, I've shown it off in other videos, lots and lots of different phrases and words, and even just blank practice sheets for you to practice and space for you to do stuff. So I'm not even gonna sit and show you all of them, but as you can see, there's a lot for you to choose from. So you're not limited to anything specific. Now take your base coated rock, cut out your word, make sure it fits on your rock. Mine's gonna go right off to those edges there, which is fine. And then you're gonna take a piece of carbon paper. Now, I do have carbon paper in our supply shop. You can also get it at like office stores and things like that. So you just wanna make sure that you're putting it on the back side. So the black side's gonna go down to your rock. So just take your design, and I'm just gonna tape it on my carbon paper here. And I'm gonna trim off this piece of carbon paper right around my design. There we go, and we'll get the extra out of the way here. Now we're gonna tape this onto our rock. Now I am gonna use a few pieces. I don't want it wiggling around on me. So I'm just gonna line it up where I want it, like so. There we go. Tape on the bottom side here too. There we go. All right, now you have to have something with a hard tip, like a ballpoint pen or something along those lines. And you're just gonna go ahead and start adding on your design. Now, since there is a curve to your rock, you may have to hold down that section, or you can grab more tape. That's what I'm gonna do. And really pull it over the edge of your rock so that it's fairly flat. And I'm just gonna tape this all the way around onto the back. There we go. All right, so we're gonna start way over here, make sure I'm in frame here, and I'm just gonna do the single line. Now, if you're doing hand lettering, usually you use brush pens where you can press down when you're on your downstrokes and it makes the line wider. We obviously can't do that with a paint pen, so I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna do the basic outline of our shape, and then I'll show you how you know which lines to make thicker once we remove our carbon paper. Start way over here. Now this pen is going to be slightly thinner than my paint pen. So if you have to stop every once in a while and reposition, just take your time. Work your way through. like so. All right, now we're not going to do the thick lines on the carbon paper. There's not really any reason to do that. So now we're going to peel up our tape. And if you've got, this base coat has been sitting for a really long time. So if you're worried about your base coat and putting tape on it, just make sure you cut your paper out large enough that it covers your rock. I wasn't too worried about peeling up this base coat because it's literally been on here for a long time. So we're gonna take this and out of the way. So now we've got our template that we can trace over and follow now with our paint pen, which is just like writing with a pen again. So, and we can take and we can do sections at a time. So I'm gonna start on the left side and work my way through, but you do not have to do it all in one swoop anymore because you can see where you need to go. So I'm just gonna start all the way on the edge, like so. Now, here's the thing. See, since I'm not doing a standard brush lettering, I can turn my rock. You can turn your rock however makes it comfortable for you to do your lines. Now, the down strokes are the thick strokes. That's what you need to remember when you're doing your hand lettering rocks. So we're going to do our down stroke here. And then we're going to come right back to the top and we're just going to start about where it starts to head down and thicken and kind of double up that line. Okay, just like that. Now we have a skinny line up and a thick line down. And I'm just going to carry this line back up just so it's nice and smooth. All right, and then I'm going to come back and make this a doubled up line down. Like so. Okay. There we go. And then got this little curly Q. Now on our O, I threw my thing down in the garbage can. I shouldn't have done that. You can keep your piece of paper as a reference. Now I did draw over the top of this. That's why it's nice on these sheets that there's multiple for the same word. And now I've misplaced, oh, here it is. So you can kind of peek back at the other letters if you can't tell. Like I can't tell. I want to see on this O. Okay, so since it is a downward stroke here on the O, so the left side of the O is a bit thicker. So we know we can go in and make that just a bit thicker by adding a second line. There we go. Now the downward on the P is our thick line. I'm going to carry it up to the top here. Okay, and then we're going to come back and make this downstroke thicker. Like so. And then when you would come down the right side of the P, so we'll come back and make that a bit thicker. And our E is a downward stroke, so we got to make the left side of the E a bit thicker. And then our little curl. I don't think there was any line weight on the curl. So I'm going to start here and up and over. And just like that, you have created a hand lettered rock. Now you can add along the outside of this rock some extra stuff. You know, you can add a design around the outline. I kind of like to, if I've got just the top part base coated, I kind of usually like to go along and outline the top coat. You can add in other colors and things like that as well. But for the most part, you've got your hand lettering on there. That was the goal of this video. So I am going to outline this. I might actually use my bigger one. I've got my thicker blue, just so it doesn't take a really long time to do. But I kind of like giving that crisp edge to my rock. Just make sure you don't touch your outline as you work it around. But simple rocks like this around the holiday are my favorite favorite to hide around. I don't even hashtag the backs of them. I consider them random acts of kindness. I've talked about this a few times. The holidays aren't happy for everybody. Some people need little pick-me-ups during the holiday season, so I try to do a lot of quick and easy rocks like this, hope, peace, things like that that I can hide around town. So I hope that you give this a try. If the freehand style is not working for you, or practicing on a sheet is not quite getting you where you want to be, give the carbon paper a try. And even after you do the carbon paper for a while, you'll start to learn these loops and these letters. And over time, maybe you'll feel more comfortable trying to freehand the design as well. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for the likes and the comments and the shares and everything. Again, I will leave a link to this holiday pack in Ruffles and Rain Boots Etsy shop. It is full of all sorts of goodies that you can use all season long, and it will really help take that hand lettering for you to the next level. So again, thank you all for watching. We'll see you all soon. Bye-bye now.